What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 4th day of August, and here we are at about $114.9 thousand with 22 hours and 27 minutes left in the day. 114.9K now. Up 0.6% on the day, and it's looking like we're going to keep going, you guys. I don't think that we're going to stop here. I think that the bears are in tears, and I think the shorts are about to get obliterated. We look at the 30-day period of the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map with Binance, OKX, and Bybit's short to long positions here. The longs have been decimated. This like a week ago was in reverse order, right? The shorts were low, the longs were piled on high. It's in reverse order now. Now there's a lot to eat whenever it comes to the upside. You guys, we get to $121.5 thousand. We're liquidating $12 billion in shorts just on these three exchanges, let alone the rest of the space, okay? And the thing is, we don't have to get there to start liquidating positions. There's a wall of cheddar all along the way. We've got a big trail of cheese, and then we get to the big wall right here. And again, the idea is that not just liquidating these positions will cause buying pressure, but them closing too for a partial loss, a partial gain, neutral, whatever, any kind of closure. It doesn't have to be a four-stop liquidation. Any kind of closure of these positions adds to buying pressure, right? It's part of the short squeeze. You think of a short squeeze, a lot of people think a short squeeze is just when shorts are being liquidated. It's not just when they're being hard stop liquidated. It's when they're actually opting out. They're closing their positions and taking profit or small losses or modest losses, whatever. Maybe major losses, but before liquidations actually happen, right? And that closing of a short position it presents a massive amount of buying pressure back into the markets, and it feeds the pump. If we look at this on the last week's worth of liquidations or positions that have been made, we are right up against the wall here, guys. We're right. This is like a fuse, right? This is the fuse taking us all the way up to the firecracker right here, and then we're going to launch, right? Really, we're going to launch right here. I guess this was the fuse, and we're about to launch right now. $114.9 thousand, basically 115K. Once we hit that, we should have no problem moving up, and we're right on that edge right now. One second, guys. I got to clear my throat out. It's been dry, man. The smoke and stuff. There's really not even that much smoke outside these days, or today at least. Over the past week there has been, but I don't know what's wrong with me. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. Actually, let's look at the daily time frame again real quick, because there's something that I wanted to point out. We did do something good that I was looking for in my last Bitcoin video that I said we needed to do by the end of yesterday, the 3rd of August, and we did it. From a low point here, is that the low? Yeah, it's the low. To the high point here, we closed below the 382 on the 2nd. And that's not a good thing. Typically, when you close below the 382, you go to the 0.5 or you go to the golden ratio. So that would imply 110K, 105K, anything and everything in between is fair game, right? When you close below the 382 on any fib scale, which you did right here, you closed below it, that's what that implies. So what we needed to see was yesterday, the 3rd, needed to close back above the 382. If you close below it one day and then you close back above it the next day, oftentimes that's actually a setup for a very powerful reversal in the other direction. Oftentimes it is, okay? It's not the expected move. It doesn't oftentimes happen. But when it happens, the expectation is a rather robust move to the upside. And I think, man, we've got the right atmosphere for that kind of move. I very much think, man, the Bears are going to be in tears. You guys, we've got negative media. We've got the drop in price action. We've got not just negative media in crypto, but just like negative information all around the world about various things, right? Whenever it comes to the jobs report, whenever it comes to WW3, which I think is just the same old song and dance recycled, right? It's not going to happen, or it's already happening, but no, I don't think we're going to go into nuclear war. But people buy into that. The tariffs, stuff like that, people are worried about that. I think that we're going to start to recover. These tariffs are going to shake them right off, just like we did back here, right? We had negative news back here, specifically surrounding the tariffs, and we pumped into it. We had nothing but positive news up here, and then we dumped. And now we've had nothing but negative news. Isn't it funny how that happens? Negative news, what do we do? Positive news, what do we do? Negative news, what do we do? What are we doing right now? You know what I mean? And the sentiment has been more bearish now over the past 3 days than it was at all anytime here. When it's like, in hindsight, retrospectively, you should have been bearish here and then bullish down here, right? Don't get me wrong. In the beginning, I actually was expecting that we'd come down to this area. but I'm not trying to. I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be like I was right. I relinquished that. I was calling for us to go up higher and break out higher. I thought this was the low here, you guys, and I thought along the way down here that we'd find our low at higher prices too. In hindsight, I should have stuck with that call because again, there was just so much bullish narratives, but we didn't dump. We were just holding up so well, and we were piling on shorts, but just not enough, man. And eventually, we did what was inevitable. We did what ultimately led me at first to believing that we'd come down here, which is we decimated the longs. And we decimated. Now the shorts are piled on super high. We've got that fuel to the fire to send us up higher. And we're right, man, we are right up against that edge there. We're right up against that edge. But closing above the 382, closing above this area here, is a very bullish indication that this is the low and that we're moving up higher. Not only that, but yesterday we also had a bullish engulfing candle. This candle here engulfed this whole candle here in just one day right there. So engulfing your low, very bullish as well. This 382 reaction, very, very bullish. We look at the 1 hour time frame, and I think, again, on the notion of shorts and longs, you look at this 1 hour time frame, this has been trap city for the bears, you guys. Think about it, right? If we're looking at this, we replay this here, we bring it all the way back to like this candle, right? Look at how bearish that looks. Oh, we're definitely at the top. We're finding resistance at prior support. Look at how many people think they know what they're doing, right? And then people go short, and then boom, we actually start to move up. We move sideways, whatever, get a lower low, trap some more people, make them go short at the low. We're definitely breaking out now, and then we start to move up, right? Bearish candle there, looking like we're going to go lower. We got a lower low, and then boom, then we rip, right? We are trapping shorts underwater, feeding ourselves all the way up as we go. A lot of people are bearish right now, and with this candle even, we came down. We had a pretty harsh rejection at first, and now we're coming back up. 20 minutes, 50 seconds left. We're coming back up, I think, to close this green. We look at the 1 hour time frame. Let's stop talking and actually do some TA. 1 hour time frame, the MACD crossed above the zero, and we're building bullish momentum. Bullish, you guys. Stochastics are overbought. Bullish. RSI just got into the overbought zone. Say it with me. Bullish. Yeah, it's bullish. 4 hour time frame. It's supposed to be bullhorns. Why is it taking forever to load? What's happening? You know what? The price right now is at $114.813 thousand. By the time this loads, it could be a whole lot. It's $9 higher. No, it's 2 hours, 20 minutes left in this 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour MACD has just begun to build bullish momentum, which is nice. Nothing too crazy going on here. Stochastics are getting overbought, which is nice. It's actually very bullish. And the RSI has broken out of its downtrend, which is also bullish in itself, getting above the 50 here with this bullish divergence. Higher lows in the RSI with lower lows in the price. Bullish divergence there. Breaking out of this downtrend. All bullish things. The MACD is the one that's kind of more neutral, but still bullish nonetheless. I suppose it's more bearish overall, but what we're doing right now is bullish. And this could lead to more bullish things. Crossing above the zero line should be a rather bullish event indeed. And that could happen, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're on the 4 hour time frame, so it doesn't have to happen today, but sometime over the next 3 to 4 days. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. Looking at the daily time frame now, zooming out here. The RSI is bouncing right off the same area that we've bounced the last couple of times, where we saw some significant movements up, right? Here, whenever you bounced before, very significant movement up. We moved up 10% in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Here, we moved up over 10%, I think, in 4 days as well. If we were to do the same thing from this low and move up 10% in 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, would put us on the 7th of August, right? Yeah, the 7th of August. 10% takes us all the way up to our all-time high area and potentially even pushes new all-time highs, and why wouldn't it? We've got an immaculate amount of shorts to the upside. We've got about, I don't know, if we were to go to, why is it taking so long? If we were to go to about $123,000, I'm pretty sure that would amount to, I want to say it was like, last I checked, it was like $17 billion in liquidations, but it's probably less now because we've moved up a little bit, but probably 15 billion or more in liquidations. I don't know why it's being so slow. We'll skip that. Is this being slow too? Oh yeah, this is frozen too. What's going on? Okay, no, it's not. I don't know what's going on with this. Everything looks good, you guys. Everything looks good in the weekly time frame. We did close out of the overbought zone, but we're at an area where we very well could bounce and get back into it. What we're looking for is this kind of reaction where we're getting in, we're getting out, getting in, getting out, getting in. We want to do that. We don't want to reject. We definitely don't want to see a lower low in the RSI. Okay, we'll talk about it if we get there. But my assumption is that we have found our low, that we are moving up higher, and this week should be rather fantastic. The one thing that I'm a little bit perturbed about as far as the price action goes is that this week does not have a big wick to the downside. So perhaps we're at 114.7K now. Perhaps we move down first, go down to like 113.8K, 113.2K. I doubt that we see a double bottom on a weekly sense because we already found a double bottom on a 1 hour sense, but you never know. Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame from a low to a high, maybe 113.8K is the right area to assume. Maybe that's exactly where we go. Bounce there and they continue to move up. But some kind of wick, a little bit further of a wick to the downside, I think would be appreciated on a weekly standard. It doesn't need to happen. It's just more of like a superstition on my behalf. But I think it's going to be hard to move down. It's going to be hard to produce a larger wick to the downside because the short-term stuff does look so bullish. The 4 hour and the 1 hour look like they're ready to rock and roll. So, and we're right up against this wall, man. We're absolutely right up against this wall of liquidations here. Oh, it's loading now. Let's see. Let's go to 123K. 123K all the way over here. That's literally like the back end of this wall of short liquidations here. It absolutely makes sense that from a daily time frame, the last 2 times that we've bounced off this area in the RSI, we've gone up 10% or more in a 3 to 4 day period. It makes a lot of sense that by the end of this week we'd be at new all-time highs. That's all I was trying to say before this thing crapped out on us, but it came back. So regardless of what we do in the small scale time frames, we've got a lot higher prices to go in the also small scale time frames just in the next few days or so. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. New all-time highs are coming in hot probably by Thursday, I would think. Today's Monday. All right, take care. Bye.